Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hulk Room. Now it's been about a month since I last did my comic book review, so I got quite a stack of comic books piling up here. It's also been more than a month since I've done any movie reviews, so I've got quite a bit of those I need to do as well. Maybe I'll try to get that done tomorrow. I'd like to try to do this more often, but oh well. Without further ado, Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 5. Now, this series has been very delightful. It's been very cool to see Turtles and Batman team up and take on their mutual enemies and the Shredder, the Foot Clan, Ra's al Ghul, and this one, as you can see from the cover, you got All of Arkham Asylum is getting involved into the mix with the don't give away spoilers, but the last page is very cool. I'm very looking forward to the next issue based on the cliffhanger. Next in, unfortunately, final issue. Unfortunately for my enjoyment, fortunately for my bank account. One less comic book is always a good thing. 4 out of 5 stars for that comic book. Next up, Black Widow number 2. Pretty dark comic, hard to see. Anyways, dark cover, I mean. This series I probably wouldn't be getting if it wasn't for the creative team. They both artist and writer worked on Daredevil for the last couple of years, and I loved that, so I decided to work on this now. I want to follow them, and this has just been looking like it might be just as good as their Daredevil run, and very good artwork with very good storytelling. I always love the Rambo type characters, one person stealthily killing a bunch of people. That's got an interesting plot with twists and turns and spy stuff. Very, very good as well. I'll give this a 4 out of 5. Next up, we have both the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 6 and Howard the Duck number 6. I don't usually haven't got Squirrel Girl since the last 9 channel number 1, not this number 1, Marvel and their renumbering, but I decided to get this because this was a 2-part crossover with Howard, and I have been getting Howard, and I'm glad I did. And well, it almost makes me want to pick up Squirrel Girl's book itself because I had so much fun with these 2 issues. They're very funny comic books. I actually found myself laughing out loud a couple of times, which even with my comical comic books I pick up, that very rarely happens. Very interesting story where a character does the most dangerous game type situation with Howard and Squirrel Girl, where they're hunting them and other characters, including a squirrel / Wolverine hybrid. It's hilarious because this cute little squirrel's got claws and attitude like Wolverine, and a normal cat in a cyborg body, and then actually talks, but it's just talking in stupid cat talk. It doesn't have any extra intelligence, and this crazy person's hunting them all. It's hilarity ensues. 4 out of 5 again. Next up, we come to our Deadpool section of our reviews, because Marvel sure loves to make sure that everyone gets their Deadpool full. Just like Wolverine and Punisher and Ghost Rider in the past, they're not going to stop till they milked him dry. Well, Deadpool number 9 and Deadpool number 10. This storyline right now is a Sabretooth crossover where Deadpool is mistakenly thinks that Sabretooth killed his parents, and right now, for some reason, Sabretooth's switched sides. He's turned face, as they say in wrestling, and he's a good guy, but Deadpool wants to kill him for his imagined wrongdoings. And since they're both characters have healing factors, you can imagine it gets pretty bloody with no real repercussions on either of them, but Deadpool might have the trick to taking down Sabretooth permanently at the end of issue 10. We'll see. Again, it's pretty humorous, very violent, good artwork, good story. So I'm sound like a broken record at this point, but 4 out of 5s for both. Next up, Deadpool and the Mercs for the Money. Mercs for me, yeah. Mercs for Money. The Mercs for Money. Blah. Number 3. This one will break up our love fest of comic books. I very much I love the premise because it's dealing with Deadpool, one of my favorite characters, and then all these D-list characters, and 2 of these D-list characters I love as well. But this issue wasn't very good. Just it seemed like it was the writer's purpose of this comic book was just to throw as many F-list D-list villains as possible in one comic book without really any much of a story or much reason for them. So, 2 out of 5. Next up, now back to the Love Fest, Spider-Man and Deadpool, issue number 4. This was a great comic book, and I love the creative team. I was not wanting to pick up another Deadpool book, but the creative team, I love both. Ed McGuinness is one of the best artists out there, and the writers, someone who used to work on Deadpool back in the olden days, and one of the ones that made him the phenomenon he is, I guess. But this is a great issue. It's Spider-Man and Deadpool going on double date, and the hilarity that ensues from that. I really, really enjoy this comic, and then a shocking twist ending. I'll break the monotony and go full 5 out of 5 for this. I just really enjoyed this comic from beginning to end. Now we're done with Deadpool, but now it's time for Gwenpool, number 1. Yeah, as I'm usually against making female versions of, or male versions, changing the sex and just of an established character just to, for an easy new character or whatever. Just like, oh, it's Spider-Man's popular, so Spider-Woman, there's She-Hulk, or whatever. I'm surprised DC hasn't ever done a Wonder Man. I guess Marvel has that character. But the reason I picked up this one is because I like the actual premise of the book. The premise is Gwenpool herself is she is a person living in our world, a comic book fan herself, who wakes up in the Marvel world, and so she knows all the weird things, and she knows all about the characters and their backstories, and she has no special abilities herself, no powers, no nothing, but she knows that if she doesn't dress up, the extras, the normal people, are the ones who die in all the big battles that are happening every month in the Marvel world. So she puts on a costume and lucks her way through missions and things. And I really enjoy the first issue. It's very funny. I'll definitely be picking up number 2. 4 out of 5. Mockingbird, number 2. I was a huge fan of the first issue. This one, not so much. I still love the artwork, the cover artist. I have to find out what his name is, but this was a pretty boring issue. I'll see if I pick up the next one. If only comic books were free, or I was a millionaire. 2 out of 5. Next up, Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad April Fool's Special. Now, I'm not usually one to buy a comic for its cover, but I had to buy with that cover. I love that image of Harley, machine gun in hand, riding Man-Bat. I just think that's awesome looking, and I'm excited for the Suicide Squad movie, so it was an easy purchase for me, and Jim Lee's probably the best artist alive today, and so him doing half of this book also helped. Very enjoyable. This is supposed to be prelude to the new Suicide Squad reboot comic book they're doing in a couple months with the rest of DC's reboots. So if that's the quality you can expect from it, then I will definitely be picking up that series. 4 out of 5. Spider-Woman, number 5. As I said before, I'm not a big fan of the female versions of male characters or vice versa, but I picked this up because I like the writer, and I don't regret it. Month after month, it's very enjoyable. Now, very different from the normal comic. This is dealing with, instead of the normal end of the world stuff, this is dealing with our heroine becoming a mom and stress that takes. 4 out of 5. Finally, we get to Godzilla! Issues number 1, Godzilla Oblivion. Issues number 1 and issues number 2. It's a pretty enjoyable miniseries so far for the big guy. It's got just different premise where, I guess, I don't know if it's supposed to be our reality, but just a reality that doesn't have giant monsters happens to teleport over to the reality that does have giant monsters and brings one of them back, King Ghidorah. Now, their brilliant ideas to the end of issue 2 is to get Godzilla to fight King Ghidorah, bring him. So I'm sure that'll end very well for them. They're not. The storylines and characters are pretty stupid, but you don't. That's not why you watch Godzilla movies. It's for storylines. You watch it for the giant monster fights and destruction stuff, and definitely gives you that. So I'll give both 3 out of 5. Well, I hope to have another video out a lot quicker than I'm taking off an entire month. Definitely, I want to get some movie reviews done quickly. So, well, I hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one.